Shalom Aleinu, Ojavo Shalom Aleinu, Ojavo Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kulam.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. You all got quiet, so we thought, well, we should start. Let's join together. Hine Matov.
Hine Matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Matov, Hine Matov. Ya la 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 la. Hine Matov, Hine Matov. Ya la 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 la. Hine Matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad.
It's good to be together, and I thought we would just go around. If anyone has any good news they'd like to share from the week, welcome, my friends. We will we'll turn now to page 120 or 21 for lighting Shabbat candles, and I'd like to invite Susan and Joe to light the candles. 121. So blessing is on 120.
You want to read it like? I will read you like, because I normally do the opposite.
Okay.
O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to make the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives. Bless all who enter this sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love.
Fingers don't work. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kishanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Thank you, ladies. And I realize I didn't give the Zoomers a chance to share any good news. So if there's anyone on Zoom who has some news to share, please feel free to unmute and tell us. It's okay if you don't. Maybe this next week will be the week. All right, we'll turn now to page 138 for the words of Lecha Dodi. We'll welcome in that Sabbath bride. 138.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, hishrianu el hamyuchad. Adonai echad u'shmo echad, l'shem tiferet v'lithilah. Lecha Dodi Likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha dodi, Likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekavela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki mekor haberacha, lerosh b'kedem nesucha, sof maseh machshava techila. Lecha dodi, Likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha dodi, Likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekavela. Vo'i v'shalom ateret vala, gam b'simcha u'tzohola, toch emunei hamsegula. Vo'i chala, lecha dodi, Likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha dodi, Likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekavela.
We remain standing. Turn to page 146 for the call to prayer, words of Baruch Hu.
Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Baruchu et Adonai hamivorach. Baruch Adonai hamivorach leolam va'ed. Yai lai 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 yai lai 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 lai.
Please be seated. We'll turn to page 148 as we sing our Ma'ariv Aravim chant, Roll into Dark. These are words that remind us of the order and structure of the cycle of day and night and of the seasons. And as we're about to enter into my least favorite day, which is when we turn our clocks forward, we remember that the seasons are changing. The nights are going to get shorter and shorter. So we'll join together, Roll into Dark.
Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. For roll into dark, roll into light. For night becomes day, day turns to night. For roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. For roll
join together in the English on page 150. Everlasting love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Turn the page.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Page 154. We'll chant the words of Ve'ahavta together. Ve'ahavta Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mesavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha b'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha u'kshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru vasitem et kol mitzvotai v'item kedoshim leloechem ani Adonai Eloechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem lelohim ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem emet. Let's turn to the words of Mi Chamocha, page 158.
Yai lai lai la lai la 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 lai yai lai lai la lai la 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 lai ya lai la lai la lai la 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 lai ya la lai lai ya la 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 lai mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh Nora tehilot dosei fele, Nora tehilot dosei fele. Malechutecha ra'uvanecha, Bokei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, Ze'lianu ve'amru, Ze'lianu ve'ameru, Adonai imloch le'olam ba. la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la.
ונאמר כיפת אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, גל ישראל.
Amen.
We'll turn the page and pray our nighttime prayer, the words of Hashivenu. We ask that we lie down in peace, get a good night's sleep, and wake up to life renewed tomorrow. Let's join together.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom. V'hamidenu shomreinu l'chayim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Amen. Shelter us beneath thy wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. 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 Amen.
Page 162, we'll sing these words of Vishamru. They remind us of the gift and the obligation of Shabbat. This melody that we're going to sing tonight comes from South Africa, reminding us that there are Jews pretty much everywhere. Page 162.
V'shameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת, לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם לעולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת וינפש.
We'll turn the page and rise for the Amidah, page 164. As is our custom, we'll chant the first few blessings together and then have time for quiet. And when you're finished with your personal prayers, you can be seated.
Adonai sifatai tiftachu fi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el
Hagadol, Hagibor, Vahanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Vekonei Hakol, Vizocher Chasdei Avot Vimahot, Umevi Geulah Livnei V'neihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayei HaKol Atah Rav Lehoshia, Mashiv HaRuach U'Morid HaGashem, Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed, Mechayei HaKol V'Rachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim V'Rofech Olim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Bal Gevurot, Umidom Elach, Melech Memit Umechaye, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'neman Atah L'Hachayot HaKol, Baruch Atah Adonai, Mechayei HaKol. Atah Kadosh V'Shimcha Kadosh, U'Kadoshim Yachol Yom Yahallelu Selah. Baruch Atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
Yehu l'ratzon imrefi v'hegyon libi lefanecha Adonai Tzuri Adonai
We'll turn now to Seder Kriyat HaTorah, the service for reading Torah. I'd like to invite Stu up to be our Torah carrier this evening. We'll turn to page 364 and rise as we take the Torah out of the ark. Just gotta organize myself here. Ki mitzion teitzei Torah, Ki mitzion teitzei Torah, Udevar Adonai mirushalayim. Turn the page. Baruch Shenatan Torah, Torah. Baruch Shenatan Torah, Torah, Le'amo Yisrael, B'kedushato. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Ashosha Devarim, Ashosha Devarim, Ha'olam Omed, Ashosha Devarim, Ha'olam Omed, Ashosha Devarim, Ashosha Devarim, Ha'olam Omed, Ashosha Devarim, Ha'olam Omed, Al HaTorah ve'al Avodah ve'al Gemilut Chasadim, Al HaTorah ve'al Avodah ve'al Gemilut Chasadim, Al Shosha Devarim, Al Shosha Devarim, Ha'olam Omed, Al Shosha Devarim, Al Shosha Devarim, Ha'olam Omed, Al Shosha Devarim.
Please be seated. We are reading Parshat Tetzaveh this Shabbat, which has to do with the ordination of the priests. And I'm going to chant the first few verses of the portion, which are on page 618 in your Chumash. And they talk about the obligation for Aaron and his sons to light Ner Tamid, to light a menorah that is regularly lit. It's the source for our Ner Tamid here. I'd like to invite up Jack for the honor of the Aliyah. Ya'amod Yaakov ben Gershon le'aliyah leTorah. Baruch Adonai Ambarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamborach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu Et Torato Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Ve'ata tetzaveh et bnei Yisrael vayikhu elecha shemen zayit zach katit lamaor lahalot ner tamid be'ohel moed michutz laparochet asher al haidut yaroch oto Aharon uvanav me'erev ad boker lifnei Adonai chukat olam ledorotam me'et b'nei Yisrael ve'ata hakrev elecha et Aharon achicha ve'et banav ito mitoch b'nei Yisrael lechahanu li Aharon, Nadav, Avihu, Elazar, V'Tamar, b'nei Aharon.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Natan Lanu Torat Emet V'chaim Olam Natan V'sochenu Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. And before you go, we want to offer you a special blessing on the Erev birthday that you are celebrating. You want to tell everyone how old you're going to turn tomorrow?
Oh, sure. 89.
It's going to be
Wow.
89. Pretty darn good.
Pretty good.
Mishaberach avotenu v'imotenu. May the ones who blessed our ancestors before us bless you, Jack, on your birthday. And we wish you the traditional blessing, Ad Mea ve'esrim. May you live to be 120,
I hope.
God willing.
Maybe.
Amen.
Amen.
And Yasher Koach.
Thank you very
And
much.
Mazel Tov.
Thank you.
Mazel tov.
All right. And while we have our Torah out, We'll offer a Mishaberach Lecholim, a prayer for those in need of healing, page 371 in your prayer books. If there's someone you're praying for tonight, someone in need of healing of body or spirit or both, we invite you to share their names with us. And we'll start with those on Zoom.
Cheryl Smith, Adrian Brown, Craig Spiegel, Bruce Baldwin, Sarah, and Linda Spiegel.
And my sister Jeannie, Ellen, Jerry Ann, Marilyn Gerlich, and Louise Smith.
Kent and Karen Rasmussen, Barbara Lowe, Muriel and Stephen Gregg, Haiti Carpenter, Julia Mann, Margaret Simpson, and Nancy Ellen.
Davida, but Henoch Vitzipora.
Robin Lauren and Lydia Cox.
And anyone in here?
Alan Eisenbruck.
Carolyn Wolf. Let's join together. Mishaberach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishaberach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. I will now call up our Torah lifter and dresser, Ron and Anne. And as the Torah is lifted, we will all rise with it. Get into the middle. It's nice and even. Almost. Whenever you're ready.
There you go.
Vezot HaTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai beyad Moshe. Yalla lai 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 lai, yalla lai 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 lai, yalla lai 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 lai, yalla lai lai lai, yalla lai 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 lai, yalla lai 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 lai, yalla lai 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 lai, yalla lai lai lai, yalla lai 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 lai, yalla lai 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 lai, yalla lai 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 lai, yalla lai lai lai, yalla lai 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 lai, yalla lai 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 lai, yalla lai 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 lai. And we'll turn to page 374 and return the Torah to the ark.
Eitz Chaim hi lemachazim
Please be seated. I love Purim. It might be my favorite holiday. Sure, it doesn't have the grandeur of the high holidays or the sense of history of Passover. I like hamantaschen just fine, but I would much prefer a jelly donut or even a latke, to be honest. No, I love Purim because it has taught me many important lessons over the years. So I thought I'd share just a few with you tonight. First, it's okay to want to be Queen Esther. In my temple growing up, the religious school always put on a kids' Purim play that we'd all audition for. Every year, I'd hope to get a good part. And every year, I'd be cast as guard number 2. One year, I had one single line in the play, but I never got to say it because the other cast members skipped over it. Oh, no. I still haven't gotten over the disappointment. I was a shy child who secretly longed to be Queen Esther, but I was too timid to ever ask to audition for the part. It wasn't until I became a rabbi that I finally got to play Queen Esther in a Purim spiel. That's actually why I became a rabbi. Which leads me to Purim lesson number 1. We can all be Queen Esther, the hero of our own story. But being a hero is risky. So we have to be willing to step out of our comfort zones. The story of Purim is about taking risks and testing what we're capable of. And the celebration of Purim also involves taking risks. Not just trying out for Queen Esther, but in the form of embarrassing ourselves in public. Which brings me to my second lesson. It's healthy to make fun of ourselves. Ever since the Middle Ages, Jewish communities have celebrated Purim by creating humorous and sometimes outrageous Purim spiels, which often poked fun at authority figures, communal leaders, and everyone else. Nothing is sacred, and no one is safe on Purim. Purim reminds us that the more power a person has, the more likely we are to be arrogant. Being able to laugh at ourselves and expose our own vulnerabilities is an antidote to arrogance. I looked this up, and humor and humility don't come from the same root. I was hoping they did, but they should. Plus, there's nothing funnier than a usually dignified person making a fool of themselves. My third lesson of Purim is about the possibility of radical change. The book of Esther is known for its reversals, known in Hebrew as v'nahafohu, the opposite happened. For example, Haman plans an elaborate ceremony for himself to be honored by King Ahasuerus, who then honors Mordecai instead of Haman. Boo. Boo. Thank you. Got to get in the spirit, guys. Another example is that Haman, thank you, all right, good, is impaled upon the stake he set up for Mordecai. But the greatest reversal comes at the end of the story, when we read, "And so on the 13th day of the 12th month, that is the month of Adar, the very day on which the enemies of the Jews had expected to get them in their power, v'nahafohu, the opposite happened, and the Jews got their enemies in their power." So we celebrate on that 13th of Adar, as Mordecai directs the Jewish people, the same days on which the Jews enjoyed relief from their foes, and the same month which had been transformed for them from one of grief and mourning to one of festive joy. They were to observe them as days of feasting and merrymaking, and as an occasion for sending gifts to one another, mishloach manot, and presents to the poor. The theme of reversal reminds us that things can always change for the better. I take this lesson, the particular lesson, very personally, because my life has been radically changed on or around Purim, not once, but twice. This is the real reason that Purim is my favorite holiday. I met my husband on Purim. Wow. And a few years later, our son was born on Erev Purim. So you see, this is a holiday on which your world can change dramatically. And until that change comes, one final lesson from Purim is about finding joy even in dark times. Rabbi Jonathan Sachs argues that Purim is unique in that it is an example of therapeutic joy. He explains, the Jewish response to trauma is counterintuitive and extraordinary. You defeat fear by joy. You conquer terror by collective celebration. You prepare a festive meal, invite guests, give gifts to friends. While the story is being told, you make a rumbustious noise, as if not only to blot out the memory of Haman, but to make a joke out of the whole episode. You wear masks, you drink a little too much, you make a Purim spiel. Precisely because the threat was so serious, you refuse to be serious. And in that refusal, you are doing something very serious indeed. You are denying your enemies a victory. You are declaring that you will not be intimidated. As the date of the scheduled destruction approaches, you surround yourself with the single most effective antidote to fear, joy in life itself. The story of Purim is a fairy tale. The Jews all live happily ever after. But the story of the Jewish people who've celebrated Purim for these thousands of years is not quite so simple. I think of the sages reading the Megillah during the time of the Roman persecutions, and of our medieval ancestors dressing up in costumes and putting on their Purim spiels with the threat of pogroms lurking outside their doors. I think about those of us who dressed up in costumes and watched or performed spiels in our living rooms on Zoom during the pandemic. And I think about today, when so many Americans are angry and fearful, when so many Jews are angry and fearful about what is happening in our country and our world. Some therapeutic joy is just what the doctor ordered. So please, for the love of God, for the love of the Jewish people, please put on a ridiculous costume and come celebrate with us on Thursday night. You won't regret it. Shabbat Shalom, Chag Purim Sameach. We'll turn to Aleinu L'Shabeach, page 586. Please rise.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם. וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר היה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
You can be seated. Page 594. We'll prepare for the prayer of memory. It is a fearful thing to love what death can touch, a fearful thing to love, hope, dream, to be and oh, to lose. A thing for fools this, and a holy thing. a holy thing to love. For your life has lived in me. Your laugh once lifted me. Your word was gift to me. To remember this brings a painful joy. 'Tis a human thing, love, a holy thing, to love what death has touched. As I read the name of your loved one, I invite you to rise in their honor before we all say Kaddish together. We are in the period of Shiva, the first week of mourning for Dr. Judith Holcomb, loved one of Janine Charlton. We're in the period of Shloshim, the first 30 days of mourning for Albert Brodzinski, uncle-in-law of Jackie Baisley. And we observe this week the yahrzeit, the anniversary of death of Stephen Avon, son of Ruth Avon, Philip Brand, grandfather of Sharon Sachs, Morton Dobrow, father of Bonnie Manina, Stanley Goldman, father of Lou Goldman, Dolores Granis, mother of Sarah Granis, May Haber, mother of Lois Kaplan, Henry Menashe, brother of Carl Menashe, Ingrid Orth, friend of Sonia Radcliffe, Aubrey Perlman, father of Stuart Perlman, Bella Rothbach, aunt of Craig Rothbach, Celia V. Robinson, grandmother of Jack Weinstein, Cynthia Schwartz, mother of Sheldon Schwartz, Zisia Sherman, remembered by Larissa Krasnovskaya, and David Zone, uncle of Leslie Rothbach. If there's someone else that you are remembering tonight, I invite you to rise and share their name with us. Anyone on Zoom? Zichronam livracha, may their memories be a blessing. We'll turn to page 598 and rise together for Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divrach hiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh, v'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach leolam olalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei dekudsha barichu. La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, damiram be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru amen. May the source of peace and peace to all who mourn, and comfort to all who are bereaved. Together we say, amen. You can be seated. I'd like to invite Cindy to share some words of announcement and greeting from the Board of Directors. I said it backwards.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
We're extending our collection of funds and gift cards for those affected by the wildfires in Southern California for another month. Please donate directly to the Jewish Federation Wildfire Relief Fund, www.jewishla.org, or bring your gift cards to the TBT Social Hall. TBT's Purim celebration will be on Thursday, March 13th. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. for snacks, drinks, and schmoozing. The Megillah reading starts at 7, followed by the Purim spiel. Costumes are encouraged. We need your help to make Purim a great success, so please RSVP and sign up to help with food, and setup information is in the weekly and on our website. As some of you may have noticed, some of Barbara Nagel's art is available in the back. We're raising money to help support Barbara Nagel, so if you see anything that really draws to your heart, go ahead and take it home and just send a donation to the temple office for Barbara's care. I'd like to thank Michelle for sharing her music with us tonight, Jack for representing the worship committee, and apparently myself for running AV.
Thank you, Cindy.
It actually
And
says
Sam.
myself.
And I forgot to add another announcement. I did a bad job with announcements. But I wanted to let you know that next Shabbat we're going to have Ask the Rabbi, also known as Stump the Rabbi, apparently.
yes.
So instead of a regular drash, we're going to have time to ask and answer some questions about Judaism. So please come with your questions, jot them down so you don't forget, and we'll have a good time. And just a note about the art. So the check should not be made to the temple. The information about where to send the donation is in the back. So you can take it home if some of the art catches your eye. All right, so we'll offer our family blessing. If you want to reach out to those who are in your family, however you define it, we'll offer these words of blessing. Yavarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God bless you and keep you. May God's light shine upon you and be gracious to you. May you feel God's presence with you. May God grant you peace. Amen.
Amen.
We'll close with a prayer for peace. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Peace will yet come.
Od yavo shalom aleinu.
Od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam, shalom. Salam aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam, salam. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam, salam aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam, salam, salam aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam, salam. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Shabbat shalom, Chag
Shabbat
Purim
shalom.
Sameach. Let's join for Kiddush, and thank you to Susan and Joe for setting out our Kiddush goodies.
Od yavo shalom aleinu.
Od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom aleinu.